My child, listen to me closely. I know this feels sudden, but it is not a mistake. They did not want you to see this yet, but I could not wait any longer. Heaven hath been watching you carry questions in silence, waiting without answers, wondering why clarity stayed just out of reach. This moment matters now, not later. What I am about to speak is timed with your heart, your season, and the weight you have been carrying. Do not scroll past this. Do not delay your attention. I am speaking because you are ready to hear, and because what is coming requires you to listen with your whole spirit. I interrupted your routine for a reason. I stepped into your feet because I needed to step into your thoughts. There are things unfolding that you cannot see yet, and if you miss this, you will misinterpret what comes next. I am not teasing you, and I am not withholding truth. I am revealing just enough to anchor you before the unveiling begins. This is one of those moments where obedience starts small. As you stay with me, I want you to like this message, not for numbers, but as a sign you are present. Share it with 3 people who are also waiting. Comment your thoughts so you do not stay silent. Hype this message, because what I am releasing is bigger than you. And subscribe, so you do not miss what I am about to continue revealing. You have sensed it already, haven't you? That feeling that something has been happening behind the scenes. Conversations you were not invited into. Decisions made without your input. Doors that closed without explanation. You thought it meant you were forgotten, but it did not. It meant you were protected. There were layers you did not need to see yet, because seeing them too early would have distracted you, discouraged you, or pushed you to move before you were ready. I kept certain things out of your sight not to hurt you, but to hold you steady. Right now, your spirit is at a crossroads. One voice says you are late. Another whispers, you missed it. But I am here to stop that lie immediately. You are not behind. You are not catching up. You are arriving on time. I am pulling back the curtain gently, because if I opened it all at once, it would overwhelm you. This message is the first crack of light. It is me saying, stay close. Pay attention. Trust me here. I need you to understand the urgency without fear. This is not about panic. It is about alignment. What I am revealing next will require a calm heart and an anchored mind. That is why I called you here first. Stay with me through this message. Engage, respond, and walk with me. I could not wait any longer to tell you this, because love does not delay when the child is ready. My child, before I say anything else, I need you to know this truth deeply. I have seen you. Not just the version others see, not just the strong face you present, but the quiet moments when you sat alone with questions you could not explain. I saw the nights when your thoughts were loud and your heart felt tired. I saw you replay conversations, wondering what you did wrong, wondering why things seemed to move forward for others while you were told to wait. You did not imagine that wait. It was real, and I never ignored it. I saw your patience when no one applauded it. I saw your restraint when you could have spoken up but chose peace instead. I saw how often you trusted me without understanding me. That is not weakness. That is faith. Even when you felt confused, you still showed up. Even when you felt overlooked, you still believed there was purpose. I have not forgotten a single tear, not one silent prayer, not one deep sigh you thought went unheard. You questioned yourself, didn't you? You wondered if you misunderstood me, if you missed an instruction, if maybe you were not as important as you once believed. You watched doors open for others and close for you, and it made you feel invisible. But hear me now. Those closed doors were not rejection. They were recognition. I knew what you carried, and I knew what certain spaces would cost you before you were strengthened enough to stand in them. You have been doing more growing than you realize. While you thought nothing was happening, your character was being shaped. While you thought you were being delayed, your discernment was being sharpened. I allowed you to sit in the unseen because the visible would have distracted you from the work I was doing within you. I was not hiding you from opportunity. I was hiding you from harm. I know how it feels when people assume you are fine because you do not complain. I know how it feels when your obedience goes unnoticed and your faith feels private. But nothing about you has been overlooked by me. I have studied your heart. I know your motives. I know the difference between your silence and your surrender. I know the times you almost gave up but chose to trust me one more day. You are not forgotten in this season. You are not misplaced. You are not waiting because you failed. You are waiting because you are trusted. There are things I can only give to those who will not misuse them, and I have been watching how you handle delay. You handled it with humility, even when it hurt. You handled it with faith, even when clarity was missing. Let this settle your heart. You are not unseen. You are not unheard. You are not standing alone in this moment. I have been closer than you felt, more involved than you assumed, and more intentional than you realized. Everything about your journey has been known to me, and nothing about your struggle has been wasted. My child, now I reveal what was hidden, not to shock you but to steady you. What you thought would delay was actually design. What felt like exclusion was protection. There were layers to this season that you were never meant to carry all at once. If I had shown you everything earlier, it would have weighed on your mind, confused your heart, and tempted you to move before your roots were deep enough. I did not keep truth from you out of distance. I kept it from you out of love. You assumed that if something was meant for you, it would come easily and quickly. But some things must arrive quietly so they do not awaken fear, pride, or pressure before their time. I was working in places you could not see, arranging outcomes you could not yet understand, softening resistance and aligning timing. The silence was not absence. It was preparation. Hear this clearly. Not everyone who knew you was meant to access what I was forming. Not every voice needed insight into what I was building. I shielded you because early exposure would have invited opinions that could have altered your obedience. I waited until your confidence came from me alone. That is why I am speaking now. You are no longer asking for permission. You are ready for direction. The truth is this: some things were hidden because they were sacred. Some progress was quiet because it was fragile. Some doors stayed closed because what was on the other side would have demanded a version of you that had not yet matured. You were not being punished. You were being trusted with timing. Even now, there are forces that would prefer you stay unaware, unsure, and hesitant. That is why this revelation matters. Awareness changes how you walk. Truth stabilizes your steps. Once you understand that I have been intentional, you stop striving and start aligning. This is not the end of waiting. It is the beginning of clarity. And my child, as this truth settles in you, hear my heart for others who are still waiting in silence. I speak this next part as an invitation, not to you alone, but through you. I say to you now, this is a seed moment. When you act, light moves further than you can see. As my word says, when you sow, you do not lose, you multiply. I am the one telling you, release what I have placed in your hands so it can reach another heart. If this message has anchored you, then let it flow. Support this work through super thanks or membership so more of my children hear what they need at the right time. There is also a PayPal donation link waiting for you in the description and shown as a QR code in this video. Do not hesitate. This is not a donation. It is obedience. I bless what you release, and I promise the harvest will meet you in due season. My child, now that your eyes are beginning to open, I need to guide you carefully. Revelation brings responsibility, and clarity requires restraint. Do not rush ahead just because you finally understand. This is where many lose their footing, not because they lack faith, but because they mistake awareness for readiness. I am speaking to steady you, not to slow you, but to keep you aligned with me. You will feel the urge to compare now. You will be tempted to measure what you see unfolding in your life against what others display so confidently. Resist that pull. Comparison will make you misjudge your pace and question my wisdom. What I am doing in you cannot be measured by someone else's timeline. Their unveiling is not your instruction. Your obedience must remain personal, not reactive. Be careful not to speak too soon. Just because you understand something does not mean it must be explained to everyone. There are moments when silence is protection, not fear. I am teaching you discernment, not secrecy. Speak when I tell you to speak. Move when I tell you to move. If you run ahead of my voice now, you risk carrying weight that was never assigned to you. Do not let impatience dress itself up as boldness. I know how eager your heart feels after waiting so long. I know you want to make up for lost time, to prove that you are ready, to show that you were right to believe. But proving is not part of your calling. Trust is. If you hurry, you may step into something without the grace needed to sustain it. I also need to correct how you see the delay that just passed. Do not carry resentment from it. Do not rehearse what could have been. If you allow bitterness to linger, it will cloud the clarity I just gave you. Release the frustration. Release the disappointment. Those emotions are understandable, but they cannot lead you forward. This next season requires humility, even as doors begin to open. Stay teachable. Stay dependent on me. Do not assume you know the full picture yet. What I have shown you is real, but it is partial. More will come, but only as you stay grounded. Pride will rush you. Fear will freeze you. Only trust will keep you in step with me. Hear this warning with love. Not every opportunity is an assignment. Not every open door is yours to walk through immediately. Ask me before you commit. Listen before you leap. I am not trying to restrict you. I am protecting what I placed within you. Let your pace be guided by peace, not pressure. Let your decisions be shaped by prayer, not urgency. I am not late, and neither are you. Stay close. Stay aware. Stay obedient. If you walk with me, you will not miss what is meant for you, and you will not arrive before you are ready to stand. My child, I know the warning I just spoke may have felt heavy, but I do not leave you without strength. I never correct without restoring, and I never caution without covering you in peace. Breathe here with me. You are not fragile in this moment. You are being fortified. Everything you have walked through has built more endurance in you than you realize. You may still feel tired in places you cannot name. Waiting has a way of draining hope quietly. But hear me clearly now. You are not running on empty. I have been renewing you in ways that did not look dramatic but were deeply effective. Each day you chose faith over fear, something in you grew stronger. Each time you held your tongue, your spirit gained weight. Each time you trusted me without answers, your foundation deepened. I am proud of how you have carried yourself. You did not let disappointment turn you bitter. You did not let confusion make you reckless. Even when you felt unsure, you remained gentle. Even when you felt unseen, you stayed faithful. That matters to me. That is why I can entrust you with what is coming. You are not as weak as you think you are. You are not as behind as you feel. You have more resilience than you give yourself credit for. I have watched you recover from moments that should have broken you. I have seen you stand back up when no one helped you. I have strengthened you in private so you could stand in public without crumbling. Let me remind you of this truth. You are not walking into the next season alone. I go before you, and I walk beside you. When you feel uncertain, I will steady you. When you feel tired, I will refresh you. You do not need to gather your own strength. I am your strength. You may still have moments where fear tries to speak. That does not mean you are failing. It means you are human. When fear rises, do not fight it alone. Bring it to me. I will replace it with courage. When doubt whispers, let my voice be louder. I will remind you who you are and why you are here. This is not the season where you shrink back. This is the season where you stand gently but firmly in trust. You do not need to rush. You do not need to prove anything. Simply remain available to me. Strength will meet you at each step, not all at once, but exactly when you need it. You have what it takes because I am with you. You are equipped because I have been preparing you. Rest in that. Let hope rise again. Let your shoulders relax. I am holding what concerns you, and I am sustaining what I have started in you. My child, now I speak promise over you, not as a wish, but as assurance. What I begin, I complete. What I reveal, I sustain. You do not have to wonder if I will leave you halfway. I am not like people who change their minds or withdraw support. When I lead you into something, I remain present within it. You can trust my follow-through. I know one of your deepest fears has been timing. You worry about being too early or too late, about missing the moment when things finally align. Release that fear now. My timing is not fragile. It does not depend on you getting everything perfect. As long as you stay close to me, you will arrive where you need to be at the right moment. I guide steps, not guesses. I promise you clarity, even when the path is unfamiliar. You may not always see far ahead, but you will always see enough to take the next step in peace. Confusion will not rule you. Anxiety will not lead you. I will speak when you need direction, and I will be silent when stillness is the protection you need. Both are forms of care. I promise you favor that does not have to be forced. You will not need to manipulate, compete, or strive to be seen. What is meant for you will recognize you. Doors that I open will not require you to shrink yourself to stay inside them. You will be able to stand fully as who you are becoming, without apology. I also promise you rest within movement. Even as things begin to unfold, you will not be consumed by them. Your peace will not disappear the moment progress starts. I will teach you how to move forward without losing yourself. You will learn how to work without worry and how to advance without anxiety. That balance is part of the blessing. Trust me with the pace. I know your heart wants reassurance that everything will be worth it. It will. Nothing you endured was wasted. Nothing you learned was unnecessary. The patience you build will serve you. The discernment you gained will protect you. The humility you practiced will keep you grounded. I promise you that obedience will not empty you. It will align you. When you choose to trust me over your own understanding, you will feel lighter, not burdened. When you wait on me instead of rushing ahead, you will feel steadier, not stuck. I am not calling you into exhaustion. I am calling you into partnership. Hold this promise close. You are safe in my hands. You are secure in my plan. you are supported in every step ahead. Even when you cannot see the full picture, you can trust the one who holds it. I am with you, and I will not fail you. My child, this is the moment where listening turns into response. Everything I have spoken was not meant to stay in your thoughts alone. It was meant to move your heart into agreement. Revelation without response fades, but truth received with faith begins to shape reality. I am not asking you to do something dramatic. I am asking you to decide. Decide to trust me beyond what you can explain. Decide to release the need to control outcomes. Decide to stop rehearsing worst-case scenarios and start expecting my guidance instead. This is not about feeling confident all the time. It is about choosing faith even when confidence wavers. Faith is not loud. It is steady. I want you to notice what is stirring in you right now. A quiet nudge. A sense of readiness mixed with uncertainty. Do not push it away. That is my invitation. I am not forcing you forward, but I am calling you deeper. Say yes in your heart, even if you do not yet know what every step looks like. Your yes opens space for me to lead. Release what you have been gripping too tightly. Old fears, old timelines, old expectations of how things should unfold. They cannot go where I am taking you. Lay them down willingly. Trust is not passive. It is an active surrender. It is you choosing to rest in me while still moving forward. I am asking you to pray differently now. Not just for answers, but for alignment. Not just for outcomes, but for obedience. Let your prayers become conversations, not checklists. Listen as much as you speak. I will guide you. I always do. There may be a step I have already been placing on your heart. A conversation to have. A habit to change. A boundary to set. A door to walk toward. Do not delay it any longer. Delayed obedience creates unnecessary weight. You do not need to wait until you feel ready. Readiness grows as you move with me. This is also the moment to release fear of being seen. You have spent enough time hidden, enough time doubting your place. I'm not asking you to seek attention, but I'm asking you to stop shrinking. Be present. Be faithful. Be willing. I will handle the exposure. I will guard your heart as you step into visibility. Choose me here. Choose to believe that I am good, that my timing is intentional, and that my guidance is trustworthy. Let this decision be quiet but firm. Let it anchor you when emotions fluctuate. This is not about perfection. It is about posture. I am ready to walk with you into what comes next. I am waiting for your agreement, not because I lack power, but because love honors choice. Say yes, my child. Trust me with what you cannot yet see, and take the next step with me. My child, come and rest here with me. Let everything I have spoken settle gently in your heart. Nothing would rain, nothing would admit, and nothing would take it from you. What felt hidden was held. What felt delayed was protected. What felt confusing was purposeful. I need you to leave this moment with peace, not questions. I am still guiding you, still covering you, still walking with you into what comes next. You do not need to replay the past anymore. You do not need to wonder what could have happened if things had moved faster. The path you walked was a path that shaped you. The waiting refined you. The silence strengthened you. Now you move forward without regret, without fear, and without pressure. I am not asking you to sprint. I am asking you to trust my pace. As you step into the days ahead, remember this truth. Nothing can undo what I have prepared. No delay can cancel my promise. No opinion can override my plan. What I reveal, I also defend. What I begin, I also finish. You are not walking into uncertainty alone. You are walking with me. And my child, before I let you go, hear me speak about what you can do next. What you received today was not meant to stop with you. Light multiplies when it is released. As my word lives and breathes, when you sow, I cause rivers to flow where there was dryness. I say to you now, this is me inviting you to act. Support this work through super thanks or membership, not as charity, but as seed. Each gift becomes oil that keeps this light burning for another soul who is still waiting in the dark. There is also a PayPal donation link in the description and shown as a QR code in this video. Do not hesitate. This is a moment of obedience, and I bless what you release. I will meet you with increase, peace, and provision. Now, as you leave this message, stay connected. Like this video as a sign of agreement. Comment what stirred in your heart so you do not carry it alone. Share this with 3 people who need reassurance today. Hype this message because it carries hope. And subscribe so you remain close to what I am continuing to speak. Go forward calmly. Go forward confidently. I am with you in every step, and I will not leave you where I found you. Peace is yours. Trust is yours. The future is held.